Hey, Mark, thanks for taking the time and congrats on what's been an amazing NWSL career. I was wondering if you could just reflect on your journey a little bit and if you could tell yourself one thing back in 2016 when you took this job, knowing how it all plays out, what would it be? Thanks.
Yeah, I think a really good question. I think it's important to first of all congrats Chicago. They've turned up into probably the hardest place to play against probably the hardest team to play, and very stingy, very disciplined, very organized performance, and they've got a great result for them. So congrats to them, their players and their staff. Yeah, reflecting is going to take a while. I've been eyes on the prize and trying to stay focused. What could I tell myself in 16? Don't ever think it's football first. Don't ever think it's tactics first, or X and O's, or drills, or sessions, or training. It's always people first. And of course, I sometimes do that well, and sometimes you forget and you get distracted with soccer. But it's the most important, biggest lesson that I continue to learn, and I continue to want to be better at. Being there for people, supporting people, developing an environment, creating an environment, a culture where people can be themselves. They can be themselves and take risks on. They can be themselves and push forward, not scared of failure or fear of failure. Building an environment where players and staff are connected on a personal level, on a professional level, but most importantly are there to absolutely push each other to their best. It's hard to build a culture that truly pushes high performance and excellence. And what's happened here is players and staff have relentlessly chased that. And that's what's here. And that's what's only going to get stronger from this point, especially after the last 2 years. There's so much leadership throughout this club, on this team, within the staff, with amazing staff coming in that's going to continue to push that culture. So what's my message? People first, people second, people third. And then there's a bit of soccer there. And I'll take that wherever I go. And I didn't learn that on my own. There's a lot of great people here who constantly, together, we've grown and reminded ourselves, take care of people. And then you'll probably end up with some great soccer players.
Thanks for that. We'll go next to Meg Linehan. Meg, go ahead.
Hi, Mark. I just was hoping that you could maybe walk us through what some of your favorite things about this league have been, maybe some of your favorite people, favorite games, just the memories that you're going to take and maybe that you've grown from too.
Yeah, media have to be right up there. I mean, the rest, Meg Linehan has got to be up there. But on a serious note, the rest of the world is chasing what media do here for women's soccer. I go back to 2012-13, kind of getting involved with women's soccer, and spoke to Jeff recently. Equalizer was the only thing I could find, and a few other people that were doing their relentless work. And now it's exploded. There's just a commitment to be able to put these fine athletes and amazing people on a place where they deserve to be. Players, staff, from Cheryl Bailey at NWSL from the early years. The front office at NWSL will take a lot of stick from everyone, but they're relentlessly trying to push things forward, and forever grateful for what they've done to build the league to where it's at. We often say NWSL, Portland Thorns, or teams' names or leagues' names. There's always people behind the scenes, and everyone has to be proud of what's happened here. But this club is the best in the world, and best in the world because they have a heartbeat driving and pushing them, and it's the fans. The fans here have given me and my family a gift that we'll be forever grateful for, and showing us how women's soccer or world soccer should be supported. My wife and my daughter and me are going to take relationships, friendships, lifelong friendships away from this city and this community. And it starts with a fan base that's inspired us to fall in love with this place and move here and spend 6 years of our life. The staff here in Portland, you will never ever find a more committed, hardworking staff that put the team and the club above themselves every day, and it's taken its toll, I'm sure. But this is what it takes to push and to be better. And this staff has not only made themselves and the team better, but most importantly, the staff made me better. This league has gone through a lot and evolved a lot, and the people that are most responsible are the players. it's interesting because we're in an era now where people like Christine Nahn, who retired at Houston this year, see Tori Schuster, who sent lots of love to after the injury last week. There's players throughout this league, 13, 14, 15, and a lot of them still in the league, that remember those days and remember the pain that it took and the struggle it took to get to well, of course, we're in a better place now, and we need to push and we need to get even better. But I think about the players throughout the whole league and a lot of clubs, and there's a lot of players that I didn't get to coach that I've admired. The people that I've been able to spend time with, the players that I've been able to spend time with, I am who I am as a person, as a husband, as a father, because of the players. They've made me better in every sense. But of course, I have a professional career as a coach, because players have given me a chance. Players have given me opportunity. Most importantly, they gave me belief in hardest times and made me better. So I'm grateful for a lot of people. If I could finish with who I'm most grateful for, is players in this league that along with owners, front office, fans, media, players continue to drive, and we got to support them, and we got to back them, and we got to continue to make the standard higher and make sure that they don't have to struggle through while being a professional athlete.
Thank you. We'll go next to Caitlin Best.
Hi, Mark. That's such a tough loss for you guys. What do you say to your players after that game? And I also would just like to say personally, it's been real, and wish you good luck in the Netherlands.
It has been real. I appreciate your amazing coverage of the team. Also the chats here and there. I remember a coffee chat we had spontaneously. Thank you for giving me the respect and time always, and maybe the benefit of the doubt a few times as well. It is a really tough result, and I've had some unbelievable victories with teams. I've had some really tough defeats with teams. This just feels different. What this team has been about is always been bigger than the outcomes, always been bigger than the result. The ball can bounce in, literally on a night like tonight, the ball can bounce in or out. Sometimes you can't control that. These players have shown each other what is important within a special team. They've felt a special team. They've been a special team. They see it, they hear it, they feel it. But what most importantly is they know the things that are most important to create that, to develop that, to foster that, to empower an environment that builds players up, that supports players to be their best. They know. And my message is no 90 minutes is ever going to define all the work that a group's put in. We wanted to be something bigger than ourselves. We wanted to be bigger, something bigger than trophies and wins. This team has been that absolutely relentlessly. And because of that, this club and this team is going to continue to be even more special. And when I move on, or staff or a player moves on, they're going to be in a different environment, and they're going to have some of the most important lessons, just like I have, what makes a special team. And for me, we need more positive leaders. We need more leadership amongst staff and players on what it takes to be truly excellent. And it's always about people. It's always about relationships, building trust, and making sure the journey and the process is worth it and worthwhile. And yeah, I've had the best. It's been the hardest 2 years ever to lead as a player, or lead as a coach, or lead as a staff member. It's been the hardest 2 years ever. And I'm not pretending I'm the only one's gone through it. A lot of people have been going through it. It's been the hardest, and it's been the best 2 years that I've ever coached. Why? Because of the people that I'm with every single day. It's always going to be about people.
Thank you. We'll go next to Paul Dancer.
Hey, Mark, I just want to echo Caitlin's and thank you for your time and thoughtfulness over the years, and good luck on that. That said, my question is, talk about managing the 2-week break and just the different, vibe of this from previous years, plus it coming at the end of a long year. What was it like to manage that and get your team the way you wanted to be ready for today?
I think the team were excellent. We had 2 weeks to spend together around our favorite friends, each other. If we'd played Thursday, if we had played on Thursday, I think that would have been perfect. The group was primed and ready and flying. We had an 11v11 final preparation before we started just to taper off a little bit, and it was ridiculous. That would probably be the hot spot. We dropped down, and we took it easy over the last few days. And yeah, but look at the first half. This team was unbelievable in the first half. The ball wouldn't go in, and the only shot they had snuck in, which is the strangest goal you may see all year. And I just, yeah, I couldn't ask for more from our group at that point. And yeah, I've just been in these games too many times to know momentum. And when you get a goal ahead and you can make life difficult, and then you hit another goal and a screamer that will, which you don't often see. Yeah, it wasn't out. It became that type of day where it wasn't our day. I love the way the team prepared, the mindset, the focus. The focus has probably been the best in the last 2 weeks that I've ever seen anyone. As a collective group, we had a scout team, we had players on the scout team, literally rewatching videos, asking the staff, is this what Chicago would do? Is this how they would fill this space or be in that space? Everyone was committed to making sure this team could perform. Yeah, in the first half performance, ball bounces here or there. It's a different game, but that's football. And that's why I think, and I learned this lesson the hard way, I think it's why it's so important that when we're coaching, leading, and or playing, we've been a team sport. If you're just chasing the wins or trophies, or just trying to get to an outcome that helps your team or you look better, it's just not worth. It's just going to end up feeling so much less than what it can feel like. This is a group of players, a group of staff, a team that's going to be bonded for the rest of their lives because of what they've built and how they attacked every day, every week, every game. And they played the best soccer the league's played. They've played the best soccer the league has seen through some of the hardest times. They've won 4 trophies in a row and come up short here because another team were really hardworking, really disciplined, and they fought their way through to a championship game. And we've got to say well done to Chicago. And for us, yeah, we move on, and this club is going to be even better and stronger next year.
Thank you. We'll go next to Jonathan Tannenwald.
Thank you. I have 2 questions, the first of which is admittedly a good bit less serious than the other. And the first one is, do you think that we will see a time when a team wins all 4 of the trophies in a calendar year, given what we now see? We see even more than we knew already. How monumental the task is.
Yeah, I don't think so. I felt that we were going to do it, and if we had done it, I just don't think it will be possible again. There's just been a few things aligning of the stars a little bit. No, I don't think so.
And the second question is, we've all just seen in the last few minutes the statement that Bella Bixby put out. And perhaps you might let us know when you knew, when you found out. And I'm sure most of the stadium didn't know the TV broadcasts, et cetera, didn't know what that was like for you as the manager of this team.
Yeah, I think that's why you have to build connections and relationships that are bigger than the game and trying to win a game, because life is more important than sport. Yeah, I don't know the statement, so I'm not without talk specifically. Knowing what she's gone through, her husband and her family's gone through this week, and turning up. If you didn't know what she was going through, you would have said she was the best Bella Bixby that she's ever been. I don't know how she did it. I love who she is. I love who the person she continues to grow and develop into. Yeah, we see an amazing player, but this is someone who makes everyone better around them. And in a time of such a tragic event, she continued to make other people better around her. Yeah, I just no words for yeah. I'm so sad. I'm sorry that this happened to such wonderful people, and yeah, she's a lifelong friend for me because of how she's treated and respected me, and we've all been there for her, and we'll continue to be there for her.
Thank you. Last question from Melina Gaspar.
Thank you. Hi, Mark. First, I wanted to thank you for all your time you took this year for us. And well, I just wanted to know how much you will be involved in the upcoming drafts, knowing that we are going to have a new coach soon for the Thorns. Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully for two reasons. Hopefully 0, because we have an incredible staff that have been fine-tuning the process with me. It started off where it was just me driving or flying everywhere to watch and build the database, and what Rich Gunny and Sophie Clough and Nadine Angra have done to make this process what I believe is the deepest and detailed process to understand college players, to get to know them. Last year we spent 60-70 hours worth of Zoom calls with our top 50 players. So I hope 0, because one, we have an incredible staff that have taken this to a level that I don't think exists in the league. We have a GM who's working relentlessly hard, and a new coach soon to be announced that is, I'm sure, already very aware of the process and excited to help that process get even better. And the second reason is I don't have the capacity to trying to do what's been, the last 2-3 months is 6 a.m. till 10-11 p.m. and I hope to get another week with this group, and that's not meant to be. I'll be switching gears here, get to see my family for the first time in 4 months, and then start to work full time with the Netherlands.